The Halfbrick Show.
Welcome to the Halfbrick Show. I'm Aiden from CS, and today I was going to play a cruel prank and give myself a tongue twister at the same time with the release date of Dan the Man 2. But I think given that this episode's actually live after April Fool's Day, that wouldn't go down too well. So I'm not going to do that. You're welcome.
Yeah, we applaud your impulse control. Hello, everyone. I'm so happy to be here. I'm Carmen from Marketing and Graphic Design, as always. And as a fun fact, today I have to tell you that we don't celebrate April Fools in Spain, or at least we don't do it in April. Our equivalent is the 28th of December, actually. So it's actually more like December Fools. So I'm pretty happy. I get two this year.
Yeah.
It's pretty
Do
nice.
they call it December Fools in Spain?
No, we call it Innocence Day.
Oh.
So if someone pranks you, if I say like, hey, Aiden, Dan the Man is releasing on the 12th of April, and you believe it, I would say, oh, innocent. And I would just make fun of you a little bit.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I'd probably fall for it too.
I don't know. Dan the Man 2 when?
Yeah, I know. We see you comments. Thank you. There's a lot of exciting stuff going on at Halfbrick, like 24/7, let's be real, especially with overseas people. So today, Carmen and I, we're going to go through, catch up on what's happening around the company. We're going to test each other on guessing community comments because we haven't actually faced off in that yet. We've always tested the guest, and we'll try not to get fooled ourselves along the way.
Yeah, we want to keep ourselves humble, so let's go.
So, how's the card collection going, Carmen?
Oh, well, it's growing. Thank you very much for asking that. But I still haven't got the Colossatron card, which if I don't want to spoil it for anyone, but it's a pretty rare card. It's a pretty rare card. It's pretty cool. It has Colossatron, which, as many of you know, is my favorite, probably one of my favorite Halfbrick games. And I've got everyone else. I mean, I've got Katie, I've got Rick, I've got General Mustache. So, you know, I'm just opening packs like a madman every day, waiting for Colossatron to come home. And I've just got 3 Dan the Mans instead.
3?
Which, yeah.
What do you even do with that,
also
mate?
rare. It's also rare.
I was actually about to flex because I thought I did have Colossatron, but I also don't have Colossatron. I've got almost all the JJ Racing cards, that series, so that's grown. So obviously we've got King Rascal. That was kind of essential. So what's your favorite card at the moment if you don't have Colossatron?
I mean, it would be Colossatron, but since he doesn't want to come home, hashtag Colossatron come home, please. We're waiting for you. I think it would be Mewling from Gibberish.
Oh, yeah,
he's
from
so
Gibberish.
cute. And I think his card has all these little cards flying up towards him. I don't know. I like it so much.
Yeah, I've got it right here. What's the what rarity have you got? I've got an uncommon.
I'm leveling him up. I'm upgrading him.
Oh.
So now he's up to epic.
Okay, that's cool.
I wanted the purple frame. There's something very satisfying about matching a frame to the inner art on the card. Or maybe it's just me, since I'm a graphic designer.
I never really thought of it. When I first started collecting them, I actually forgot that you can even upgrade the cards. And now I realize the way I just brought it up makes me sound like such like a product placement thing. Like, have you upgraded your cards in Halfbrick Plus, Carl? But
No.
genuinely.
I mean, I have, cool. But just in the weirdest way possible. What's
just
your
to match the color scheme.
Card? Yeah.
I would say King Rascal as well. I mean,
yeah.
I'm having a look through them right now. It'd be King Rascal. You know, I've already forged him into the character in JJ Racing because that was the first thing I did, but I waited until I had a duplicate because I didn't want to take him out of the collection, you know? That was more important to me than upgrading personally. I love the frames, but you know, Eli, Nick, and Dan, when they did the Halfbrick Plus takeover, they're planning other things maybe with the with the cards and the rarities. So maybe I'll care more about it then, and I'll be like, whoops, I should have been upgrading from the start.
I mean, I forged Betty for Jetpack Joyride Racing, but I'm not such a King Rascal stan. I think that I'll wait a little bit. But
That's fair.
yeah, I think that we should do a Jetpack Joyride Racing episode, you and me, against each
We
other.
should, yeah. That'd be a good
Yeah.
little competition, I think, because I think we can say this. If we can't, you
Yeah.
guys won't hear this. But time trials are coming. That's public knowledge. It's in the Discord. Time trials are coming to Jetpack Joyride Racing, right? I think when it launches globally, if it comes with that update, we could even just do time trial like competitions, because that would be a great way to present it for the podcast. In case you're listening and you can't, watch us do a race. That could be cool.
I think that we are jumping the gun a little bit here because we didn't say when it launches. We finally have a true launch date. This is not an April Fool's joke. Everyone, again, I'll repeat it, not an April Fool's joke. Jetpack Joyride Racing is launching on the 10th of April.
Yeah. Once this one goes live, that's like a week from now, right?
Yeah.
Pretty much, if we got the dates right. So, if it is an April Fool's joke, you'll know in a week. No,
it's
definitely
real.
Not
an April
it's
Fool's
definitely
joke.
real.
I'm promising. I'm promising. I mean, it's going to be great, to be honest. And now we can use our powerful card collections to get all of our ships customized, our favorite characters. Have you done the King Rascals plus UFO combo? That's one of the cutest combos, I feel.
I don't even think I've forged the UFO. It's just sitting in my collection. I'm actually, okay, I'm going to out myself. I have 5 of the UFO right now, the gold card. I really could forge one. I will have to do that.
Yeah, just, I don't know. There's something about putting him in a UFO that's so cute. So absolutely cute. I mean, my go-to personally is Betty with the crazy freaking teleporter, because I don't know, the crazy freaking teleporter has pink parts. I feel like that suits Betty's personality really well. I have a whole narrative about which ship goes with which character.
Dang. I just got King Rascal and I'm like, I'm happy.
No. I'm so excited for Jetpack Joyride Racing to launch, so people can all over the world can customize their own characters and send us little screenshots and everything.
Yeah, like peak build screenshots or something like that. Not that it doesn't impact the gameplay, but we'd just love to see the best combo. Clearly, Carmen,
aura farming and aura maxing. Aura farming and aura maxim are valid applications of the skins.
Yeah. Did not think we'd say that 2 weeks in a row. Have you, so, okay, that's real. That's not April Fool's. Have we ever been like fooled in April Fool's before? Have you ever come? I'm trying to think.
I don't think so. Well, I mean, newspapers here in Spain on December, so Innocents Day, December Fools, whatever you want to call it, they do publish headlines and hoax news to see. It's kind of like a competition to see which one is the most outrageous, and then the next day they just say like, "Hey, this was December Fools. This was a December Fools jokes." So I might have been slightly fooled by one of those, but then you look at the date and you just chill.
You just realize. I reckon I've probably also been fooled in like April Fools. I haven't really seen it publicly, right? I'm sure it's happened. I've probably just fallen for it and then moved on and assumed it's probably something.
Is there any joke that you would like to be real?
Ooh.
Or headline?
Oh, maybe not like a joke. I feel like the Dan the Man one, I would have loved to do it to people, but I didn't have it in me. But if I was making like a April Fool's, December Fool's newspaper headline, Halfbrick related, how could we turn a Halfbrick character into maybe something like, local gramophone salesman breaks fabric of reality, and see if I could push that. Because you could argue Barry breaks reality in some ways.
He does. He
Yeah.
does. Just he time travels.
I mean,
So
teleporter, time travel. Yeah.
no, that can't be good for the fabric of reality. I
Mm.
think that I would be more simple. I think that I would be less ambitious. I would just say like Olympus to compete as newest unlockable character in JJ Racing or something like that.
Yeah,
And
because
then
how are they going to fly?
well, he could have a little fish tank with
Mm.
jets, and then that just goes around the course or something. I don't know.
I
Some
don't-
of our concept artists, please talk to me. I have an idea.
I want that to be real. Does it need to be a
Yeah.
full April Fool?
I don't
Well,
know.
December
Who
Fool.
do I need to talk to make this real? Please.
We could probably get someone on that. I don't know who, but we'll see. Like conspiracy theories are pretty good as well.
Yeah, I mean, I would love Olympus to compete in Jetpack Joyride Racing, but
Mm.
I'm also crazy about some of the fan theories and conspiracy
Oh,
theories about Halfbrick lore,
yeah.
which is, yeah, one of my favorite hobbies. I think just going through the internet, because Halfbrick has been going on for so long that I don't know. I've seen a few, like the fact that Barry's stick fries is actually multiple and different Barrys each time you get on a new run.
Oh, like a multiverse of
Yeah,
Barrys, right? Okay. Are we
kind
saying
of.
that in the different games where Barry shows up, that it's like a variant, a variant?
Yeah,
If that's a word we
Barry.
can make up.
The
That's
thing is
pretty good.
that yeah, but if you have like 500 runs in
Mm.
Jetpack Joyride, that means there's 500 Barrys somewhere.
Mm.
Mm,
It's probably valid. That's probably real. I'd
yeah,
agree with that one. Well, okay, we were talking about this earlier as well, and you had one. Fruit Ninja Fruit is sentient. Is that yours, or is that? Have you seen that somewhere with?
that's mine. That's
That's
mine.
yours.
I've
Can you?
recently been playing a lot of Fruit Ninja VR,
Mm.
and the fruit looks very real and juicy. And
This is
if
fruit
you
keeps
have
staring
played
at me.
Fruit Ninja VR, it has like these little hats with helixes that fly
Mm.
and they hide. So I'm starting to think that it's actually sentient. I don't know if it's positive or
Ooh.
negative, but I'm starting to think that the fruit in Fruit Ninja VR has a secret plan that we don't know anything about.
Oh, I don't like that. Because you know how it says I think in the first Fruit Ninja, I can't remember exactly where it came out. There's an ad. It says ninjas hate fruit. It's kind of like
Yeah.
a Fruit Ninja thing. Does that mean that the ninjas hate the fruit kind as a whole? Is it like, have they done something to them? I thought they just didn't like, if they're sentient, it's just a whole nother road to go down,
Yeah,
I
I
guess.
think fruit must have some kind of evil plan for ninjas to hate it so much.
Mm,
Because
mm,
ninjas must need to eat fruit, because of vitamins
yeah,
or something like that. Ninjas
yeah.
are usually pretty fit. So my current theory is that fruit is spying on the ninjas and in the dojo somehow, and that's why we are
Mm.
training to defeat fruit kind. At least in Fruit Ninja VR. We will need to get Maddie in here to dispel these claims. This is not the actual. It's never confirmed. This is a fan theory. I am a fan.
Oh,
I am
yeah,
allowed to
yeah.
have theories.
I'd say the blueberries
But
would be spying if I had to pick a spy, just,
yeah,
or like grapes.
they're tiny.
Yeah.
They
No
can
grapes in
hide.
Fruit Ninja though, right?
No,
Yeah,
not
so
yet.
that's because they're all spying. They're all out of the game fighting the ninjas to
Yeah, I
spy.
think probably there's a King Tomato out
Yeah.
somewhere
Oh,
who's ordering the fruit around,
controversial.
and that's why we never see fruit.
Mm,
We never see tomato as a fruit in Fruit Ninja.
mm. I would be interested to see the grape and tomato storyline come to Fruit Ninja.
This, again, another great game idea.
Yeah. If you're listening to this on YouTube, go like pop another Fruit Ninja theory or something in the comments. We'll take them all for game ideas. Not
Yeah.
officially, but you know.
No.
So, speaking of games, Carmen, any update on your favorite game? I feel like I haven't checked in. in a while on that.
Mm, well, I mean, I think that my favorite game is still probably Final Fantasy 13 because of nostalgia, which is a big
Mm.
element in Halfbricks. But I can tell you that I have recently been playing the early access for Slay the Spire 2, which now
Oh,
has
yeah.
multiplayer. And I recommend it to almost anyone who likes cards. So maybe you like Halfbrick
Oh
Plus
my gosh.
cards. Yeah,
Can we
play Slay
steal the
the
Slay the
Spire
Spire
2.
audience and come to Halfbrick cards as well? We'll trade.
Yeah. I mean, it's two different things. Maybe you finish a run in Slay the Spire 2 and then you are like, hey, I want to open a few packs. I want to see my shiny collection. And then you
Mm.
have it on mobile. But it's really good. They introduced a lot of new characters. So for those
Mm.
who are listening and have never heard of Slay the Spire, it is a roguelike, card-based roguelike. So you attack by building out your own deck. You have, I don't know, cards that allow you to block attacks, cards that allow you to attack, cards that, I don't know, duplicate an attack and something like that. So they introduced two new characters from now.
Mm.
And what's funny is the interactions between, because I've been playing with my friends, we play in multiplayer, everyone picks one character and we just buff each other out, we debuff our enemies together. And it's a really big step from the first game. And I cannot wait for the complete version to release. I'm so happy I'm getting to
Mm.
participate in that early access. So that's what I've been playing. And if you look at my Steam profile, you will probably see that I have too many hours in there right now.
That's fair. That's
Yeah. What?
it's keen to hear. It's cool to hear like the excitement for early access. You know, I feel like I've become so numb to it with, you know, us doing a fair few things early access at Halfbrick that I'm like, oh yeah, there's genuine like excitement around these things, like and wanting to see it
Yeah.
grow from that early stage. Yeah, that's really cool.
Oh
Who
no,
would
I
Colossatron be in
love.
Slay the Spire?
Oh,
Sorry.
I think we could do. Oh, we could do so many cool mechanics with Colossatron. But I don't know if he would be an enemy. Maybe.
Hmm.
I don't want to spoil anything to anyone who might be playing it, but there are a few enemies which have parts. And
Oh,
Colossatron has modules. So what's
yeah,
very difficult about these enemies that have parts is that you have to kill all parts at once, or otherwise
right.
the enemy will revive indefinitely, which is a very Final Fantasy thing now that I'm thinking about it. So maybe that's why.
Maybe.
I think I think Colossatron would be an enemy there, and I think that if maybe Katie could be a character, and maybe she controls the weather or something like that, because she's a newswoman, if that's the correct word for that. So I don't know, maybe she controls the weather. Like,
Mm.
Colossatron roguelike when, I guess.
Oh, back to a roguelike chat, man.
No.
There's nothing wrong with it. I would get on that. A Fruit Ninja roguelike. I'm going to pitch that someday, and we're going to make it, and it's going to be great.
Yeah, fruit-like. However, we need
Fruit-like,
to call
yeah.
it fruit-like, and we
Because as
can
we know,
use
there's now
the
sentient fruit.
yes,
Yeah.
exactly. What have you been playing recently, though?
I've actually, this is going to sound like fake, but it's real. I've been playing JJR.
Mm,
So I used an internal account at Halfbrick, which I didn't want to share publicly because, you know, it's internal
yeah.
when we were testing all this stuff. So I'm at the point now where I'm like, okay, Halfbrick Plus is obviously pretty public. I should probably have an account that I can share if anyone wants to see anything like that. So I've decided I need to play more Jetpack Joyride Racing on that account. I just think it'd look bad if I add people and they're like, oh, he's done like 4 races. So that's the current game. On console, I'm playing a bit of a Souls-like Wu Chang. I think I mentioned it like 10 episodes back. I'm still going. It's very hard. It's almost done. But yeah, I won't go on another like offshoot about Ratchet and Clank this week. We're good. I'll save the
Well, I mean,
listeners.
yeah. We at this point we will do the Eden special one day, and we will just talk about Ratchet and Clank for 30 minutes.
Next year's April Fools or December Fools
Oh
later.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Uh,
would be nice.
so, anyway, we haven't brought this up on the pod before either, right? But a lot of the live games on mobile, they have live events. I feel like we should shout that out. What do we know of any like
Oh
going on right now or
yeah.
coming up that are exciting?
Off the top of my head, I would say that the event that I'm personally the most excited about, which I have been playing nonstop, is Jetpack Joyride and Dan the Man collab that you have going on right now on Dan the Man.
Mm,
So
yeah,
basically, you get to play as, I mean, Barry has always more or less been in Dan the Man, right? But you get
variant.
some
Yeah.
very yeah, but you get some very cool custom character skins
Mm,
based around, Craig, Robo Barry, Brains. You also fight Robo Barry and Brains as you go your way through the legitimate research lab, which
mm,
is really exciting. And that event, I think, is coming. I mean, I think it lasts up until the 6th of April. So when this is coming out, you still have more or less a little week to play
yeah.
it. And then we have in Fruit Ninja, there's 2 weeks of Easter events going on, which I'm also pretty excited about. I mean, especially if you want to relax and see all the colorful art. I
Yeah,
think
the Easter
that's,
stuff's really cozy.
yeah,
Yeah. And some of the blades as well. Very cool. Um,
yeah.
I'm actually pretty keen to, yeah. I'll probably be on that one, to be honest. Dan the Man JJ event. I've seen it. I love it. I've seen the Easter events too in Fruit Ninja, obviously, but I don't know. It seems very topical to play an Easter event right there, and then, um, yeah, so that's both going. That's pretty cool. By the time this episode's live, those are probably both live, right?
Yeah. I
Yeah.
think that this episode is releasing on a Friday, and the
Mm.
Easter event is released on the 2nd of April, I want to say. So, yeah, you should be able to just jump right in, wait a little bit, and then jump right in on those
Yeah.
events. And if you like them, just let us know or send us your gameplay, honestly. I mean, I would love to do an episode in which we just comment on people's gameplay that they submit.
Oh yeah, that sounds like a nice week of episodes. Just like we're just clip farming. I love
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, I
Nothing
mean,
wrong.
and
Well, mm,
in the our prior episode, we had those little clips of those Easter eggs that very topical that
mm.
Jacob sent us, and I loved
Yeah.
seeing those. So maybe just send us a little bit of gameplay. Tell us about your favorite Easter egg, or just write to us. You know our email. I'm not even going to bother saying it. Oh no, I will.
Yeah.
It's the
Oh,
show at halfbrick.com.
okay. I was gonna say we'll say it at the end of the episode. That's good.
No,
It's still the
no.
best email. One other thing around the Halfbrick space as well. Bluey's Quest for the Gold Pen. That's coming to consoles in May. Yeah, just keep an eye out for that. That's super exciting. It's the first Halfbrick game to come to consoles in ages. Like, Jetpack is on other platforms, I believe. Fruit Ninja Connect. I'm not going to list every game that's gone on the console, but it's been a while. And this one's super exciting. I feel like for me, this is how I'm going to play that game on console.
Yeah. I mean, I've played it on mobile, but
Yeah.
honestly, I can't wait to get it on the Switch. So I can just play it all cozy on maybe next to a pool since it's releasing closer to the end of the month. It's the 28th of May. So
Mm.
maybe, I don't know, in my Switch close to a pool, being very careful so my console doesn't fall in the pool and just enjoying in general the atmosphere. I mean, there's a beach in the game which
Yeah,
is
that's
very
true.
summery.
Yeah,
So
I can't wait. I'm going to be checking it out. Obviously, it's kind of a given that I'll be checking it out, but yeah, I can't wait.
yeah, no, me neither. I think it's going to be a new way to experience the story, which I already love.
Hmm.
So I'm extremely excited for it. And that's also not an April Fool's. It's coming. It's coming
Yes,
to
no, this is real.
console.
We really we've dropped the April Fool's bit pretty quick. This is all real.
Oh,
This is all real
Well,
stuff. JJ
we
Racing,
can
Bluey.
pick it up back again. I think that we had a segment planned for this episode, which was pretty themed, really
Yeah, I mean,
aligned with April's Fools.
pranking. Yeah, a little bit of
Yeah,
competition, I guess. We can have with
yeah.
this. Okay, are we getting into this host versus host? So what we're getting into?
Ooh,
Okay.
yeah,
So what is this? It's a extended version of Guess the Community Comment. We do it every week. We'll test our capability to lie to each other. Invent comments. Because we get a lot of comments on social media, so we'll see. Have I made one that's real, or is it fake? Carmen will have to guess, and then Carmen will give one to me, and I'll have to guess. And we'll do 5 rounds, best of 5. I think this is our definitive decider of who is the best at this stuff, making fake
yeah,
comments. Yeah. And also who can guess them the best as well.
yeah. We have to keep ourselves humble.
Yeah.
Some of our guests may or may have not complained that we were getting too much power, which
What are
is
you gonna do
true.
about it? Yeah. Yeah.
So we are going to keep ourselves humble in this.
Okay. I think we're gonna go round 1. I'll read my question for you, and then you read yours after.
Okay.
Yeah. Do we want to do read reveal? And then
Yeah, we always do read reveal.
yep. Okay, great. So let's just jump straight into this. Carmen, hot seat, round 1. Comment is anything but Dan the Man 2 wilted rose emoji.
That's a difficult one because anything but that the man too, I feel is a true part, but the wilted rose emoji, that's I'm going to say true. I'm going to say that it's true. It's fine. I'm
True.
confident.
Okay. Confident that's true. That's real. The other's true. Congratulations. Already. Oh, I'm not liking my chances. Okay. Okay.
That emoji really threw me off.
Yeah, I know. The wilted rose. It's a classic.
Yeah.
I actually
I
haven't
feel like
seen it in a while. I was happy. No.
okay, so my submission for round 1 is still waiting for that Craig spin-off, SMH. So that's shaking my head, I think, on internet speak.
Yeah. Thanks for clarifying. Okay. Okay. Craig spin-off. I mean, we were just talking about Craig last week with Jacob. Craig
Were we?
spin-off. We were. I feel like I'm gonna say that one's fake. I think you're leeching off last episode, and I've read the comments for last episode. I don't think there is.
Was fake. But
Let's
I
go.
read something very, very similar in
Oh, really?
I think yeah. Yeah, I mean people love Craig, which I think it's fine and normal.
That's
And I also
nice.
love Craig.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's very
Yeah.
nice. But yeah, I read something very similar on a Jetpack Joyride racing episode. So the documentary.
Okay. Very cool. Okay. On to
Yeah.
round 2. You ready, Carmen?
I was born ready.
Okay. Yeah, well, so far we're both, pretty even. So let's see how cocky we are at the end. Comment for round 2 is keep on keeping on! Exclamation mark. There's a lot more enthusiasm.
Yeah. I think that if we add the enthusiasm, that one's real. I mean, I think I've read some people in there saying very similar stuff, and I think that keep on keeping on is a pretty standard phrase.
Okay.
So even if it isn't real, I want it to be real. Let's go.
Yeah, it's real. It's real. It's real. Congrats. Oh, I'm scared. I'm scared.
No,
All right.
I don't know. With you, I feel like either you come up with a comment that's very difficult or something that's very easy. There's no in between.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
I'm waiting
know.
for the very difficult one.
We'll see.
Well, my submission for round 2 is who thought that Halfbrick had made a version of Uno but with his characters from his games. Question mark.
Okay. I love Uno.
Uno, the card game. For
we
those
talking
who are
about?
listening,
Yeah, not just a number.
not just
Oh.
a number.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna say that one is. I'm gonna say it's real. I'm gonna say it's real.
You want to explain why?
I just think the cards
Hunch.
came out. You know, could be talking about the card game, Halfbrick cards. I just have a hunch. Yeah.
Well, your hunch was correct because that one is real.
Let's go. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, so we're 2 for
That
2 right now.
was in the card announcement.
Brilliant.
So.
Oh wow. Okay, it just felt too specific to be made up. I just had a feeling. Okay, round 3. We are at the halfway point of this. Comment for you, Carmen. I love beating people up.
I think that's fake. I think that even though that could be real, maybe in Thrill of the Fight or maybe even in Dandeman, I think that's too violent. I don't think our fans are that violent.
I haven't
Or
said the
maybe
comment
they
yet.
are.
No, okay.
What?
No. I'm joking.
I got fooled for April Fools. Finally.
Oh, that one. Yeah, it's fake. It's fake. You're right. 3 for 3. I'm not bringing my A game apparently. It's all right.
Neither am I.
It's okay.
I. Let's see, round 3. Maybe we just know each other too well.
Probably, but now I'm second guessing.
Our third comment is: it's true that the Dandeman 3, written as DTM3, is in development? Question mark, question mark, question mark, 3 question marks. Please confirm. And please is written as PLZ. So that's please confirm.
I say it's real.
Really?
I want to say it's real. I think it's real. I don't know. The same way said really, maybe second guess, but I've said it. I've locked in.
Fake.
No.
Yes.
Oh.
Sorry.
I should have known. Everyone's too locked in on Dandeman 2.
Yeah, that was written by yours truly. I mean, I would love to get people asking for Dandeman 6-7. We have said that.
Yeah, I wouldn't know that one.
I would love that.
Okay,
but
it's
no,
all right.
No.
2 more rounds.
Was
There's
it the
redemption.
3 question marks?
It was I should have the Pliz, the PLZ said should have revealed it for me. I should have been like, who does that? I know people do that, but I haven't seen it in our comments. So, okay. That's fine. Round 4. This one will get you. Okay.
Let's go.
The comment is okay. The comment is, I'm pulling moves straight out of Dan the Man, bro.
I think
no
that's
emojis.
fake, but that's a very good one because I think that Coach Dave, shout out to Coach Dave, I think he published a video comparing mobile gamers to VR gamers, and I think he mentioned Dan the Man in there. So I think that might be where the inspiration for this comment. But I think it's fake. Ultimately, I think it's fake.
Well, I'll let you know it's where the actual comment came from because it's real. It's real.
No, I was so close. I even identified the video. No.
You knew the video? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. We're
My
back in.
My instincts were too good. Okay. For round 4, it's day 2 of asking Halfbrick Studios to make full brick simulator. No emojis, no nothing.
Full brick simulator. It's funny.
Full brick.
It could be real.
Yeah.
It could be real. I'm gonna say it's fake.
It's real.
Dang it! Oh, come on.
It's real. It's real.
Day 2.
Maybe
they only
are
just
now
started
in day
asking?
3 or 4.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
okay.
We appreciate your efforts, but you already have full brick simulator. dear friend. It's called Brickle, and
It's
you
called
can play it on Halfbrick Plus.
I thought you were going to say it's called a real brick.
No, it's called Brickle.
Well, you know. Okay, that's embarrassing. I'm embarrassed. But could there be redemption? Maybe, probably not. I don't think I've lost 2 rounds. It's just,
I mean,
unless you get
I
this
think
one wrong
that-
and I get it right, we could tie.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Round 5 for you, Carmen. Okay. I don't know why I laugh every time I gotta say these.
I'm locked in. I'm locked in.
Yeah. The comment is, there's no way they're still making us wait for this.
That's true. It's sad, but it's true, I think.
What game are we talking about?
I mean, Tandeman, probably. I mean, I don't know. I think that weight goes with Dan the man.
Yeah. Classic.
Tandeman too.
But it's fake. It's fake.
No,
I got
no,
you. Let's go.
You got me. But I've read that. I've read that somewhere.
Probably. It's probably somewhere, but I haven't seen it exactly worded like that. But still, we feel you out there if you are feeling that way. We understand. Okay, but more important thing right now, we could tie. I haven't lost.
Yeah. To anyone listening, before I say the final comment, I really want to say that we didn't see each other's comments in advance. We don't know if they are real or fake, so our reactions are 100% true.
Yeah, of course.
So, if I start shouting at Aiden, that's completely true right now. So, our final comment is Josie is baby girl, and then baby face emoji, baby face crying, pleading face emoji, and then praying hands emoji.
So this is interesting. This feels like something you would say. I don't think it's a comment. I think it's fake.
Yeah, it is fake, so we have tied.
Let's go.
Have tied in. We have tied in. I think it's the baby face emoji. That's my trademark at this point.
I haven't heard anyone else say baby girl or seen it in any other comments. I think that's a you phrase.
Just go to the internet. Everyone says baby girl.
Oh, I know.
Josie
just not around
Halfbrick. I think Maddie said that in our hot takes episode.
Probably.
Said,
I can't believe it's a tie.
We tied. Oh my god.
We're gonna have to do this again to determine the winner. Wow.
Well,
congratulations on not beating each other.
Yeah. Congratulations on tying.
Tying, yes. Because
it's pretty exciting.
It just proves that we're both good enough at this.
I mean,
we both got 2 wrong. That's crazy.
I think this shows that there's no better people to do guess the community comment.
Yeah.
But if you're listening to this, feel free to post some fake comments, maybe in our Discord, maybe on our YouTube. We see your comments.
We do see them.
As you can see.
Because we know which ones are real and which ones are fake. For the most part.
Sometimes.
But, you can also send us some other ideas for, those weeks where there's less announcements or if we don't have a guest like this week. If we do more of these in the future and there's like another segment that you'd love to see Carmen and I do, something you'd want to see us talk about, Halfbrick related ideally, if it's not, could still be fun. I think you know where to send them. We'll hit that. Actually, it's the end of the week anyway. So send your conspiracy theories, your suggestions, your segments. I've stolen this line from Carmen, who really wanted to say the email bit, but the show at halfbrick.com is the email address. So send it there.
So if you are listening, you aren't happy with the tie, you think I should have won, you are right. But thank you so much for listening in. We really hope that this has been another episode that you can look back on with nostalgia. And we will see you next week on the Halfbrick Show with an exciting guest.
Yeah.
See you then.
Congrats. See you guys.
Coming up next time on the Halfbrick Show.
Anything Barry says, I wouldn't take it as canon, just from him. You know, he'd favor a good story more than he would a proper recount of actual events. So if you're watching Barry and he's telling